What up? Let's get to it. So once again, man, first off, I want to start by saying great job by the Vikings, man. What a great draft, completing the mission. Still work to be done, but man, what a first step. Way to win the offseason heavy. Do you dig me? Big SKOL here. Now let's get right into it. I'm going to talk about Kwesi's most recent presser. Let's just get to it, man. Bottom line. First thing Kwesi said, they had a really good day, especially day 3, man. Really good day 3. Got guys, drafted guys like Dwayne McBride, you know what I'm saying? Jay Ward, dig me. Jaquilin Roy, you understand? So great day, great draft in whole and total by the Vikings, man. He was asked about the background on Dwayne McBride. Basically, they weren't expecting him to be there that late, but he was. It worked out perfectly. But obviously a good, solid running back. Kwesi spoke on how sometimes he might have had issues, you know, losing the ball, maybe even some issues coming out the backfield, but not too much to be scared of or wary of. Still a great running back. The numbers don't lie. He put up great stats under good coaches. So overall, great pick by Kwesi, man. So Kwesi was happy that they were able to obtain him in the draft. Big pickup. Let's get to it. He was asked about his plan for the QB position, which you knew the question was coming, right? Specifically about Jaren Hall. Basically said Jaren Hall has a high upside, man. Another guy they didn't expect to be in the draft available that late. But expecting great things out of him, man. Loves his attitude, loves his demeanor, how he speaks in interviews, how he carries himself, right? Said he would love for him to be the leader of the Vikings one day, right? As far as the quarterback position. Didn't disrespect Kirk, showed much love to Kirk. I'll get into that later, right? But overall, Jaren Hall, he is very happy they acquired him, drafted him. They love the way that he carried himself, the way he plays, his abilities, being a mobile quarterback, right? Just his demeanor, his charisma, man. So great pickup. Shout out Kwesi once again. He was asked about Jay Ward. Obviously, very versatile, can play different positions. You know, Brian Flores had an impact. He had a say-so on that draft, on that pick, especially on the defensive side of the ball, which he should, right? He should have some say-so. Heavy, no matter how you look at it. They brought Brian Flores in the building to turn the team around, turn the defense around, right? Become an elite defense, top 15, top 10 or better. That's the point. That's the bottom line. So I'm sure, I know Brian Flores had a big impact on who the Vikings drafted, man. And Kwesi expressed that, no doubt. Let's get it. He said Jay Ward can basically, man, play all 3 positions. Man, what a weapon. Talk about versatile, can do it all. That's the definition, man. So another great draft pick. He was high on scouts boards, people's scouts, analysts. They all say he could be a starter, man. So great pickup. Let's get it. He spoke about how a player carries himself is very important. You know what I'm saying? Especially at the QB position. He said that's why they were so interested in Jaren Hall, you know, watching videos of how he speaks, you know, how he carries himself, like I said before. Alongside his playmaking ability, once again. Him being able to do different things at the quarterback position. And they saw and realized all those attributes in Jaren Hall. He talked about working with, I guess, his good friend or, you know, a guy that's like a brother to him, a guy he looks up to. Demetrius, don't know his last name. But they did unite. They did get reacquainted, man. So Kwesi talked about how he learned from him. How even sometimes he gives him advice about a player or a situation. And Kwesi may think differently, but because of Demetrius's expertise, what he knows about the game, the respect and belief Kwesi has for him, he may second guess himself, right? That's a lot of respect, man. Giving a lot of respect to a man. Man sharpen man, iron sharpen iron. But he said he was grateful, happy, excited that they linked up again, man. Great news. Let's get it. SKOL VIKES. He asked what was the biggest difference, right, between last year's draft and this year's draft, right? He basically said the preparation, man, being prepared. Understand what's going on. Understanding the full spectrum of the draft, man. Really studying and keying in on players. But bottom line, being more prepared, which naturally we knew would come, right? Oh yeah, give him one season, may make some mistakes here and there, but Kwesi and staff, O'Connell, everybody, showing they have learned from them, man. So I wasn't shocked to hear the biggest difference in this draft and last year's drafts is preparation, being fully prepared. That's what it's about, man. They put the work in. They came ready. You understand? Big SKOL here, man. Let's get it, baby. SKOL territory. Preparation, man, heavy. And you know the media gonna be a little petty, poke the bear a little bit. But he was asked about his plans for Kirk Cousins. Does Kirk Cousins have anything to prove as far as being a starter, the next 10-month plan, etc.? Kwesi basically said, of course he didn't just come out and bash Kirk. He can't do that. He has respect for Kirk anyway, so he wouldn't do that, man. Out of respect from himself and the players. But he said Kirk has nothing to prove. Show him respect, man. He said Kirk has done enough before or even after he's gotten here. Last year he talked about them winning 13 games. So he said Kirk has proven everything, man. He is the starter, no questions. Basically, they just came to a point where they had to stop in the middle, stop, think about things, come back, discuss it later. But he said, no doubt, Kirk Cousins is the starter next season. That's the plan. The future for next season, Kirk Cousins still being a quarterback. Perfect answer from Kwesi, man. He could have said numerous things, right? He could have really bigged it up Jaren Hall. He could have went in heavy, you think about it. You understand? But he's going to be respectful, man. Kirk Cousins, at the end of the day, no matter how I feel about it, you feel, the fan base feels, nobody. That's the quarterback. That's their guy right now. Jaren Hall, yes, I think he could be the future quarterback for the Vikings. But right now, in this moment, Kirk is the guy. So we got to deal with it, man. So best wishes to Kirk, man. Hope he's ready. The time is now. Definitely no more excuses. Not after this draft. Dig me? Kwesi also talked about Jaren Hall being available when they thought he wouldn't be. Yeah. Dig me? I'm sure many people thought that Jaren Hall would go, earlier in the draft. The type of weapon he could potentially be, his athleticism, the skills he brings to the field. Oh, yeah. He definitely, most thought he would definitely be going earlier, right? At least the majority. But there was some speculations about his injury, his recent past. So it is what it is. Bottom line is, though, he's a Viking now, and Kwesi and staff are very excited about it. Let's get it, man. Gotta love it. He talked about Jaquilin Roy, Big J Roy, coming to destroy, right? Said he's stout up front, stout against the run, man. But not only that, he has some wiggle to him as well. So what they say may be a weakness may turn out to be a strength, man, as far as him rushing the passer, attacking the passer, right? Great overall pick, man. Build them trenches, man. Hope he makes the squad. Then last but not least, you know what it is, man. You knew this question was going to be asked, right? He was asked about Z Smith and Dalvin Cook. Bottom line is, they're still in discussions. They're still negotiating, still conversations. But at the end of the day, like I'm going to keep saying and stand on, respect Smith, respect Z Smith, right? Always respect to Cook. But if they don't want to negotiate, work out a reasonable plan, a fair deal for both sides, right? They can get up out of there, just like anybody else. Stand on that heavy. Big SKOL here, man. But Kwesi's first presser. Let me know how you feel about it, man. Do you agree or disagree? How do you feel about the draft? Let's get to it. Feedback is much appreciated. Big SKOL here. Shout out all my big dogs, my subscribers, my supporters. You are much appreciated for life. Never forget it. Oh, man. Oh, man. I ain't got no picture, hear me? SKOL like that. Heavy.